Hi, my name is Carsten Drath. I'm one of the managing partners of Leadership Choices, and I would like to tell you what resilience means to me. I'm an engineer by training, and right after engineering school, I joined the consulting world. And I was a consultant for 5 years before I moved into the industry, where I led a major change initiative. I was flying around the world. I was leading a team of 200 people in different parts of the world, and I was loving it. I was doing an MBA at the time. Our family was growing. We had 2 baby girls born, and I was roaming around and felt very, very important. And the way I looked at the world was pretty much through the inner of an airplane window, because in a good week I had like 8 flights from place to place to place in order to check out my teams and work with them. And then I thought, well, maybe I need to do something for my balance. So I started training and eventually ended up running marathons, triathlons, and even participated in an Ironman competition and finished it. So for those of you who don't do this every day, this is 3.8 kilometers of swimming, 180 kilometers of cycling, and then a marathon at the end to chill out, kind of. And I felt really cool. I felt really important. So this picture here gives you a good representation of my self-image at that time. Holy shit, I'm Batman. I'm really cool material. I'm on my way to board. There's not a question if I make it, it's a question of when I make it. And I was living so much in this high performance world, trying to show everybody what is possible, what I can do. When I was running a marathon, I needed to text everybody what times I ran, because I was trying to fill something that was missing for myself on the inside. And then one fine day I woke up and I had lost a large degree of my hearing. I couldn't hear anymore. And you only realize how disturbing that is once your ability to hear is gone, I can tell you. And you go to the doctors and they tell you, well, you have to come back Friday, and then you have to come back Monday, and you have to come back Friday, and they try stuff. But actually nobody knows exactly how it works. Luckily, everything turned out fine after 6 weeks, but those were 6 very disturbing weeks. I was taken off the field. I couldn't work with my team. I couldn't be there for my team. And I remember that I felt so lost and so out of control because I felt so important. It was also so important to me to be important. So at that point in time, I started thinking about, what am I doing here? What am I trying to prove? Who am I trying to prove that I'm hard enough, that I'm as good as everybody else, maybe even better than everybody else? What is this driver that makes me compete all the time? What is this driver that makes me show how good I am? And I started looking at that. At one point, I read an article in the Harvard Business Review from Danielle Coutu, How Resilience Works. And I still recall I was like electrified by this topic, by this term resilience. That's now 10 years ago. And I started grinding my teeth into this topic. I left the corporate world, did coaching training. I had another role in the industry. But then finally, I decided I wanted a different career. I became a coach. I also became a chartered psychotherapist. Was working as a co-therapist in a psychosomatic clinic, working with patients. And for me, that was pretty much a life change and I was also taking a different perspective on certain things and certain challenges, how people go about it. And the most striking thing was when I was in this clinic and I was working with the patients, I often thought to myself, this could be you. I mean, the only reason that I was in the chair of the counselor and they were sitting in the chair of the patient was timing and luck. And for me, this was a very, very humbling insight and a humbling feeling. And this is at the core of my work in the area of resilience. So that's about me. If you want to find out more, come join us at the Leadership Choices Academy in Wiesbaden, Germany, or in other places around the world. and I'm looking very much forward to seeing you there. Thank you.